I first encountered racism growing up on the northern beaches of Sydney, which was full of tradies and the likes, and a few market gardeners came in. Very different place now, but at that time, anyone who didn't look like everyone else was kind of picked on. Racism never sat right. All those little instances weren't right at the time, but no one was ever pointing it out to us at the time. It was just a matter of course. But I'd like to think that altogether now we could make a difference to the now. So the people that currently are alive that still have bad habits. And that's why I joined the organisation.
I first encountered racism when I was in primary school. And for me, from that point on, racism has really mostly been about a kind of denial of identity. So it's a racism that's about telling me that I'm not really Aboriginal, even though that's part of who I am. And saying that you should pretend to be Aboriginal, and in doing so you're kind of taking the place of a real Aboriginal person. So in a way it's a kind of a, not a really overt in-your-face form of racism, but it's attacks identity and who I am as a person, which makes it very hurtful.
I first encountered racism, I guess, at primary school and high school, so I lived in an area where it was fairly multicultural. I was first struck by the unfairness of racism as an observer, really, when during the 80s our school invited some Vietnamese refugees to join our school, and I was humbled by their capacity to learn, by their humility to accept people's differences, and this inner wisdom that seemed to come from only those that have experienced and endured hardship. And I didn't understand where the aggression came from my other students. It was baffling, and I guess that's how I'm always left with racism, is that it still puzzles me.